As we age, certain things that once felt simple, standing up, walking steadily, getting through the day with energy, can begin to feel more difficult. You might be wondering if this is just part of growing older, or if there's something you can do to feel stronger again. In this video, we'll explore 5 simple everyday foods that can help older adults rebuild strength, support balance, and regain confidence in movement. These aren't complicated diets or trendy superfoods, just real, nourishing ingredients that work gently but powerfully. This isn't a long video, but it is full of important insights that could truly change how you feel in your own body. So I invite you, please, watch through to the end. Don't skip ahead. You might miss something that speaks directly to your needs or helps someone you love. If you're new here, welcome to Healthy Senior Care TV, a place where we share simple, thoughtful ways to stay strong, independent, and well as we grow older. If you find this video helpful, please consider liking it, subscribing to our channel, and leaving a comment to share your own experience. Every story matters, and yours might inspire someone else today. Now, let's begin. Have you ever felt that one simple act, getting out of a chair, has become a small challenge? Maybe climbing the stairs feels heavier, or perhaps walking to the mailbox feels uncertain. You might think, is this just part of getting older? But here's the quiet truth. Muscle loss, what doctors call sarcopenia, is sneaky. It doesn't knock loudly, it whispers. Slowly, silently, it steals our strength, our balance, our freedom, until one morning, you wake up and realize life feels harder. You may have told yourself, I'm just tired today, or my legs are a bit stiff, it'll pass. But the real change may be deeper than you realize, and it's not your fault. Picture this, it's a bright morning, the sun warms the windows, birds are chirping. You reach for the edge of your bed, press your feet to the floor, and start to stand. But your knees tremble, your legs hesitate, you pause. You grip the side table, not out of habit, but out of necessity. That moment, brief, quiet, invisible to others, can carry so much emotion, surprise, frustration, even fear. You wonder, is this how it starts? You're not alone. Millions of older adults silently face this shift. The once effortless movements, walking, rising, bending, now demand more thought, more effort, and often more fear. The hardest part? Most of us were never warned this would happen. No one said, hey, in your 60s or 70s, your muscles might quietly begin to shrink unless you nourish them. No one told us that something as simple as food could be part of the solution. But what if I told you there is hope, and it doesn't come in a bottle or require hours at the gym? What if 5 simple foods, yes, just 5, could help your body rebuild what time has gently taken? What if strength, steadiness, and confidence were waiting for you at your next meal? No prescriptions, no expensive programs, just everyday ingredients you may already have in your kitchen. Ingredients that speak directly to your muscles, your nerves, your bones, and remind them you still have work to do. These aren't strange or exotic foods. They're natural, affordable, and delicious. And when used with intention, they can gently awaken your legs, ease your joints, and bring back the rhythm of confident movement. But this isn't just about food. It's about reclaiming something deeper. Your independence, your energy, your peace of mind. So I invite you to do something simple, yet powerful. Pause for a moment. Take a deep breath. Tune into your body. How do your legs feel today? How steady do your steps feel? Have you noticed small changes in the past year? The past month? Even the past week? Then ask yourself, what if change is possible? Not overnight, not with a miracle, but gently, gradually, meal by meal. If you're watching this right now, you're already taking the first step. You're searching for answers, for support, for hope, so share with us. How old are you? Where are you watching from? What meals do you already enjoy? Maybe your story will inspire someone else who's feeling uncertain or afraid. And together, we can begin to reclaim strength, one spoonful at a time. Because the truth is, your body hasn't given up on you. It's just waiting for the right kind of support. And it all begins right now with what's on your plate. Many of us remember our 50s and 60s as a time of movement, of purpose. We took morning walks, climbed stairs 2 at a time, danced at weddings, carried groceries with one arm. The body was a quiet, reliable partner. We didn't think much about our legs or our back. They simply worked. But then things shift. Maybe it starts small. You sit a little longer after waking up, letting your joints loosen before standing. You avoid uneven sidewalks. You hold the railing now when using stairs, just in case. It's not fear exactly. It's caution. You tell yourself, I'm just being careful. And that's true. But what if it's more than that? One woman told me, I used to love gardening, but now I avoid bending down. My knees don't listen like they used to. Another shared, I walk slower now. Not because I'm tired, but because I feel unsure. And perhaps the most common, I fell once, but I was lucky. It made me nervous. These aren't isolated stories. They're quiet truths echoed across millions of lives. If you felt this too, know this, you are not alone, and what you're feeling is real. Sometimes it's subtle. You park closer to the store entrance. You think twice before stepping into the tub. You feel just a bit unsteady when reaching for something high. You start scanning your environment not for beauty, but for risk, rugs, steps, cords. And then come the nights. You lie in bed, ready to rest, but suddenly, cramp. A sharp pull in your calf or thigh. You sit up, massage, stretch, wait. Sometimes it passes, other times it returns. Your sleep breaks into fragments. You rise in the morning with fatigue instead of freshness. And all the while, a silent thought begins to grow. Is this just what aging feels like? Let's talk honestly. After age 50, the body begins to change, inside and out. One of the quietest changes is the loss of muscle mass, particularly in the legs and hips. It's a condition called sarcopenia, a big word that simply means muscle fading. You don't see it at first, but you feel it. By 70, many older adults have lost up to 30% of their muscle mass compared to their younger selves. That's not a small drop, it's a steep hill. And with less muscle comes less stability, slower reactions, less protection from falls. It becomes a chain reaction. Less muscle, less movement, more stiffness, more fear, less independence. And that fear, it doesn't just stay in the legs, it moves to the heart too. The fear of falling, of needing help, of losing your freedom, of becoming a burden. But here's the truth no one tells you enough. This isn't inevitable. Muscle loss may be common, but it's not permanent, not fixed, not unchangeable. You see, the human body is remarkable. Even at 70, 80, 90, it's still listening, still responding, still rebuilding if you give it the right tools. Even small changes, what you eat, when you eat, how you nourish, can shift everything. I once worked with a 78-year-old named Tamaz. He hadn't walked a full block in months. His legs ached. He sat most of the day. He assumed this was just his future. But we didn't start with exercise. We started with breakfast. Instead of toast and jam, we added protein, a spoonful of yogurt, a few seeds, a cooked egg. Within weeks, Tomas noticed something small but powerful. He stood up more easily. That was enough to spark hope. And hope, my friend, is muscle fuel. Because this journey, this fight against sarcopenia, isn't just about muscle. It's about memory, dignity, connection, being able to play with your grandchildren, walk to the market, or simply get out of bed without fear. You might be thinking, but I'm not strong like I used to be. And that's okay. You don't have to become a bodybuilder. You just need enough strength to stay upright, stay active, stay you. Even lifting your own body weight, rising from a chair without help, is powerful. Even lifting your own body weight, rising from a chair without help, is powerful. Every step is strength. Every stretch is resilience. Every meal is a message. I choose to keep moving. In my work with older adults, I've seen remarkable turnarounds. In my work with older adults, I've seen remarkable turnarounds, not from extreme diets or strict rules, but from simple, steady change, because the body, even now, wants to heal, to strengthen, to rise. You don't need a gym. You don't need supplements. You don't need a gym. You don't need supplements. You don't need anyone to fix you. What you need is understanding, encouragement, a plan, and maybe a few foods that whisper to your muscles, let's get back to life. And that's where we're heading next. Let me show you 5 humble healing foods, foods that support your body from the inside out, foods that fuel not just your legs, but your confidence, that ease your joints, soothe your nerves, and quietly say, you've still got it. What if the turning point doesn't come from something dramatic, but from something gentle? Not a prescription, not surgery, not a physical therapist pushing your limits, but from something soft, familiar, comforting. Like stirring a spoon into a pot of warm soup, like cracking open an avocado at breakfast, like sprinkling seeds onto a bowl of yogurt in the quiet afternoon sun. You see, healing doesn't always start with effort. Sometimes it starts with kindness, especially kindness toward your own body. We often think, I have to work harder, I have to fight this, but what if the path isn't about fighting? What if it's about feeding, nourishing, supporting? Because your body is still listening, still learning, still responding, even now, it's waiting for what it needs, quietly, patiently. And the moment you start giving it the right kind of food, something begins to shift. Let's imagine your body as a garden, a once lush garden that has grown tired. The soil has hardened a bit. Some leaves have wilted. The flowers don't bloom as they used to. You look at it and wonder, is it too late to bring it back? But a gardener knows, even the most tired patch of earth can bloom again. All it needs is care. Water, light, the right seeds, time. Your muscles, they are seeds of strength. Your bones, the roots of your freedom. Your nerves, the gentle vines connecting everything together. And your food? That's your sun, your soil, your rain. Give your body what it's missing, and it will begin to rebuild. That's not theory. That's biology. The muscles that feel weak today can regenerate. The joints that creak can smooth. The steps that wobble can steady. And it doesn't take magic. It takes small, consistent choices on your plate. Let me tell you about Rosa. Rosa is 82. She lives alone in a quiet town, surrounded by books and her garden. She used to walk every morning, but over time, her knees began to ache. Her balance felt off. She started skipping her walks, then skipped her gardening. Her world got smaller, not because she wanted it to, but because she felt unsure. When we spoke, she said something that stayed with me. I feel like my body is slowly turning into stone, like I'm becoming a statue, still alive inside, but stiff and afraid. I didn't tell her to join a gym or lift weights or follow a strict routine. I told her to make soup, a broth with chickpeas, a handful of turmeric, a little seaweed. I asked her to eat slowly, to enjoy the steam rising, the warmth in her chest, the nourishment soaking into her bones. Within 3 weeks, she called me. I stood up from my chair without even thinking, she said. I didn't wobble. And then her voice cracked. I felt like myself again. This is the moment of shift. Not when we change everything overnight, but when we feel something different. A lightness in the legs, a stronger push off the floor, a step without hesitation, a morning without dread. Now that we've seen how something as simple as food can spark a turning point, let's meet these tiny helpers one by one. These aren't just healthy ingredients, they are companions. Gentle allies that nourish your legs, steady your steps, and give you back the ease you thought was lost. Let's begin with one of the most humble, yet powerful, foods of all. Chickpeas, the quiet builders. At first glance, chickpeas might seem ordinary, pale, round, soft, but inside each one is a powerhouse of support, rich in plant-based protein essential for rebuilding muscle tissue. And for older adults, muscle protein breakdown happens faster than muscle growth. That's why every bite counts. Chickpeas also carry magnesium and vitamin B6. These nutrients help your muscles contract properly, reduce fatigue, and ease that heavy leg feeling many older adults quietly endure. And here's something beautiful. Chickpeas don't just help your body, they soothe your mind. Magnesium helps calm the nervous system, which means fewer nighttime cramps, deeper sleep, and more peaceful mornings. Let me tell you about Fernando. He's 74. After a fall in his kitchen, he became hesitant to move without a cane. But he didn't want medication. He wanted to feel strong again. So we started small. Just half a cup of chickpeas, 3 times a week. In salads, in soups, even blended into a gentle hummus he spread on toast. Within a month, he stood taller, walked steadier, and smiled wider. It's like my legs remembered who they used to be, he told me. How to enjoy chickpeas. Simmered in a vegetable stew with turmeric and garlic, topped with chopped cucumbers, lemon juice, and a sprinkle of mint, blended into a creamy hummus with olive oil, spread over whole grain toast. A gentle tip: soak dried chickpeas overnight with a bit of baking soda. This makes them easier to digest and improves nutrient absorption. A small effort with big rewards. 2. Pumpkin seeds, the nighttime healers. If chickpeas are your muscles' foundation, pumpkin seeds are your nerves' best friend. These tiny green seeds might seem like just a snack, but for older adults, they are golden. Why? Because they're packed with magnesium and zinc, 2 minerals that help your muscles relax properly. This matters deeply at night, when leg cramps often steal sleep and peace. When your body lacks magnesium, your legs may twitch, your calves may seize, and you wake up groaning. But with just 2 tablespoons of pumpkin seeds in the afternoon, magic happens. You may begin to sleep through the night again. Your legs stay calm. Your dreams stay uninterrupted. These seeds also fight inflammation, soothe joints, and help your ankles feel less stiff after sitting. Let me share Rosario's story. She was 68, and every night her legs woke her up, sometimes 2, 3 times. She tried stretching, warm water, lavender oil. Nothing lasted. Until we added pumpkin seeds. Each day at 4 p.m., she'd have a small handful, raw, unsalted, straight from a jar by the window. Within 3 weeks, her cramps eased. In 6 weeks, they vanished. She returned to evening walks. She even signed up for a community dance class. I feel like I have my nights back, she said. How to use pumpkin seeds, sprinkled over yogurt with fruit in the afternoon. Tossed into warm vegetables or creamy soups. Lightly roasted with cinnamon for a calming evening snack. Best time to eat them? Between 3 p.m. and 6 p.m. This gives your body time to absorb the magnesium before bedtime. Seaweed, the ocean's gift to your joints. This one may surprise you. Seaweed isn't a typical food on most Western tables, but for older adults seeking joint support, it's a hidden treasure. Seaweed is rich in bioavailable calcium and iodine, two minerals that keep bones strong and help maintain healthy thyroid function, which regulates energy and metabolism. Certain types of seaweed, like wakame, nori, dulse, and kombu, contain natural compounds that reduce joint inflammation and stimulate the production of synovial fluid. That's the slick liquid that keeps your knees moving smoothly. Let me tell you about Maria. She's 77, once a graceful yoga teacher, but arthritis slowed her, made her joints feel like sandpaper. She missed her routines, her ease. So we added seaweed, just 2 to 3 times per week, a few strips of wakame in her miso soup, nori sheets wrapped around cooked brown rice, a sprinkle of seaweed flakes over warm vegetables. After a few weeks, she noticed something beautiful: less stiffness, easier bends, smoother stretches. "It feels like my joints have learned to smile again," she said. How to prepare seaweed. Simmer with ginger and a dash of sesame oil to boost digestion and calcium absorption. Pair with carrots or tofu for gentle anti-inflammatory meals. Add to broths for a savory, mineral-rich lift. Don't be fooled by its thin texture. Seaweed is like a feather that carries strength, quiet but powerful. Now, let's turn to something soft, green, and quietly powerful: avocado. This isn't just a trendy fruit. For seniors, avocado is a lifeline for coordination, nerve function, and balance. Inside its creamy flesh is a rich supply of monounsaturated fats, especially oleic acid. These healthy fats are like the insulators of your body's electrical system. They protect nerve fibers and help signals move smoothly from your brain to your legs. That means fewer hesitations, fewer missteps, and better connection between thought and motion. That means fewer hesitations, fewer missteps, and better connection between thought and motion. Avocados also bring potassium, essential for preventing leg cramps and that dead leg feeling, and vitamin E, which protects cells from aging and supports joint health. Let me introduce Don Miguel. He was 79 when I met him. He described his legs like this: "It's like they're wrapped in fog." His steps were cautious, his confidence shaken. But we didn't overwhelm him. We started with breakfast: 1 slice of toast, a gentle layer of mashed avocado, a sprinkle of hemp seeds, a dash of lime juice. That's it. He ate it 4 mornings a week. In 3 weeks, he noticed his feet felt more alive. In 6 weeks, he walked the park again, with his grandson by his side. "It's like my feet and brain are speaking the same language again," he said. How to enjoy avocado. Smashed on whole grain toast, with lemon and crushed flax seeds. Cubed in brown rice bowls, alongside grilled vegetables. Blended into smoothies with banana and yogurt. A gentle tip: add walnuts or ground flax to boost omega-3s. This enhances the nerve healing benefits even more. Maybe you didn't expect much when you clicked this video. Maybe you thought, it's just food. What difference can it really make? But now, maybe something has shifted. A question, a hope, a soft whisper inside you that says, maybe I can feel strong again. And I'm here to tell you, yes, you can. You don't have to chase youth. You don't have to become who you were at 40, but you can become a stronger version of who you are right now. With every bite of chickpeas, you're telling your legs, let's walk with power again. With each handful of pumpkin seeds, you're giving your nights back their peace. With every spoon of yogurt, every slice of avocado, every strip of seaweed, you're rebuilding not just your muscles, but your confidence. Because this is about more than just strength. It's about freedom. The freedom to move without fear, to rise from your chair with ease, to greet the day, not with hesitation, but with readiness. To take your grandchild's hand and say, "Let's go for a walk." To stand in the kitchen and cook your favorite meal. To bend down and smell the flowers without wondering if we can get back up. You see, healing doesn't always come in hospitals or through prescriptions. Sometimes it begins at home, in your kitchen, with a spoon, a bowl, a small choice. And those small choices, they add up. Today, it might be half a cup of chickpeas. Tomorrow, a sprinkle of seeds. By next week, your body might already begin to say, "Thank you." So let this be your beginning. You don't need a big plan. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to begin. And if this video touched something inside you, I invite you to share it with someone who needs a little encouragement. Leave a comment. Which food will you try first? How old are you? What strength are you hoping to reclaim? Your story might be exactly what someone else needs to hear today. And don't forget to subscribe, because we'll be right here continuing this journey with you. You are not too old, you are not too late, and you are absolutely not alone. From my heart to yours, stay strong, stay steady, and keep walking forward. We've only just begun.